What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be going over the most aggressive run defense in the game. And yes, this is a serious video, serious phase. It's game time. The defense is 3-3-5 wide. Now, this is available in tons, and I mean tons of different playbooks. I don't know how many there are out there that have this, but for today's video, we're using the 4-6 playbook or multiple D, one of the two. It looks like we're in multiple D playbook. Again, those playbooks interchangeable amongst others. So 3-5 wide is going to be the run defense we're going to be using. If you guys played Madden 20, you know this kind of showed up probably like towards the last 2 months or so of competitive Madden during the MCS time. After that, of course, game kind of just dies off. So nickel 3-5 wide is the run defense, and yeah, this is kind of old, okay? But I always hesitate with this run defense because it is just so aggressive. Now, for the play, you can use either a cover 1 robber or you can use this cover 2 man. Either one of those gonna work just fine. Again, super aggressive. Now, for personnel, safeties, even though fumbles don't happen in this game whatsoever, hard hitters. Okay, so Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage, both really good. Another example would be Jamal Adams on the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, once he gets 5 hit sticks, he gets avalanche, and well, then he actually start causing fumbles because for whatever reason, that's how EA decided to build this game. So we want to go ahead and put our 2 hardest hitting players in at the safety position, and then our user speed. Okay, speed, that's really all that matters. So if Deion Sanders ever gets an out of position safety, bang, there's his position. But for Regs, Will Redmond, I think he has about 90, 91 speed, somewhere around there. Gonna work just fine. So we'll come on this cover 1 robber. Again, you could use cover 2 man, you could use cover 1, doesn't matter. And we're just gonna start off against a simple old dive. Now, as I talked about earlier, this is a very, very aggressive run defense. Like, you are this close from basically just doing a full-on run commit. So we're gonna go ahead and press, spread our D-line, and drop both our safeties into spies. Now, as a user, you can stand right here and just come straight down and essentially just try and shoot either gap that opens up and plug the hole. So we're going to stand right here, snap the ball. We're just going to come straight down, plug that hole. You can see the safety plugs the other one for us. We take on a block that allows the safety to get free, and we're stopping him at the line. Again, super aggressive run defense. Like, if you don't have a team to pull this off, if you don't have a God Squad and Mutt, don't try this. Just don't. Okay, it's going to be a headache to be able to stop this. Again, it's press, spread D-line, put safeties into spies. You can leave a safety out a deep half, but if you put him in a deep half, he will not play the run at all. I'll kind of show you guys the difference between the two. This is with 1 safety and a spy. It's not the ball, you can see right there. Significantly different. We are kind of actually lucky to get him in the backfield right there. Versus where if we were to go ahead and drop both these guys into spies, and snap the ball. This is just a very, very aggressive run defense. You can see stopping him for maybe a gain of a yard or 2. Nothing big. But you guys are going to go ahead and just play the run. But that's really all we're looking for. Just go ahead and go to stretch again. Outside zone, potato. It don't matter what it is. So we'll go ahead and go 3-5 wide. Let's just go cover 2 man right here. Press, spread the line, put both safeties into spies. And then just, again, we're trying to contain nothing too big, nothing broken. Get to the outside, you can see right there, again, containing him. And right there, dragging him forward for an extra 5 yards. But you know that's okay. Eventually, you're going to get a stop, right? This is just how Madden 21 goes. This is how Madden 20 was. You got to just try and basically play a bend, don't break. So again, just contain the run. If you see them trying to get to the outside, you're going to go ahead and scrape and just play contain. So again, you can see them trying to get to the outside. And right there, playing it a lot better, gaining about 2 yards, maybe 3. Again, this is such an extremely aggressive run defense that I don't recommend trying to run this unless you are fully committed to a run and you have players to be able to assist you deep. Because you risk getting bombed over the top by motioned over routes or some, I don't know if there's, as far as I know, I don't think there's fade routes in this particular formation. But in other formations, there are fade routes that could beat man coverage over top. The last piece of advice I have for this, and this is kind of a little bit more pass defense, is to shade over the top. Don't pass commit because then you're basically screwing up your whole run defense and, well, GG's. It's just simply not going to do anything. Okay, so again, we're just trying to contain right there. You can see he's trying to get to the outside. We want to make sure we can force him back inside so the safeties can come up, play it, and then stop him at the line, and maybe for a gain of a yard or two. So this is just some really basic stuff, but again, it's almost overly aggressive. If they have Wildcat, I would show you guys Wildcat. It's the same thing. The two things you got to watch out for Wildcat are the counter runs, and I believe it's the power runs or something like that. It's a run to the outside, and then a run that cuts back to the opposite direction. When you're facing a Wildcat player, because somehow that's a viable scheme in Madden in an NFL game, don't know how that works. You have to watch out for those two particular plays, because if it is a counter run, oftentimes your safeties are going to go ahead and bite down as if it's one of those power runs, and they'll bite down to the right, but then you have to go ahead and sweep to the backside, and again, trying to force them back inside so the safeties can come make a tackle for you. So really, really aggressive run defense. It's a super efficient one. I'm going to be completely honest. I try and stay out of 3-5 wide as much as possible, especially if I'm going to be using it as run defense, because it's so aggressive. It is so freaking aggressive that you can risk getting bombed over top. Now, let's just go ahead and get into inside zone. This is just the first one that popped up. Again, 3-5 wide. We'll use cover 2 man right here. Press, spread D-line, drop these guys into spies. A big thing to note right here is these buttons for your safeties will change. Sometimes Darnell Savage is Y, sometimes he's LB, sometimes he's A, sometimes this guy is Y. You never know. So if you're in practice mode, it changes formation to formation. I don't know how EA screwed that up last year and managed to bring it into this year, but pay attention to what buttons they are, because countless times have I accidentally put Sullivan into a spy somehow, and Darnell Savage, I swear I manned up to the slot receivers, and I give him one play touchdown. So be careful about that. But again, same thing as always, just try and fill the gap. So we're going to go ahead and run this inside zone. We're going to come crashing down right here. Really bad to use right there. You saw we had a wide open lane we can go. And honestly, I'm not going to run inside zone defense like this. This is how I'm going to go ahead and run inside zone defense. And I would honestly do something like this, and then just go ahead and stop the ball. You can see right there, if we had a better user, we can stop him in the backfield for a loss of down. So just a few different things. Again, if you guys want to run it like usual, just go ahead and play aggressive. Pray that you don't get bombed over top. And just drop your safeties into spies and just come crashing down. Okay, come crashing down. Try and land a hit stick, but you can see where we're stopping him in the backfield. I've said this a lot. I'm going to say it again. We're going to go ahead and change formations. Please do not run this. Do not ever run this if you do not have the team in MUT to be able to pull it off. Because if you don't have the team to pull it off, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be giving up a one-play touchdown. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this power run. Same thing. We'll go nickel 3-5 wide. Either cover 1 robber or cover 2 man. I prefer cover 2 man. Again, that's more personal preference is what we're going to be looking for here. Same thing. Drop your safeties into spies. Spread D-line. Snap the ball and just fill the gaps. Just fill it. Plug the hole wherever you need to plug it. If you see them trying to break to the outside, you're going to go ahead and scrape and contain and force them back into the inside. You're essentially playing what the force defender should do and what the contained defender should do, but what they don't do. Logic. But again, by dropping these safeties into spies, they play the run so much better. So much better. But with everything, it brings some risk, as you can see right there. Playing really bad users, but you guys can kind of see there's holes for you to open up. Again, I haven't really actually practiced against every single run in the game, so the holes are going to be different formation to formation, and so I really can't give you guys a tell-all kind of deal. But right there, we're containing it. The safeties are able to come crashing down, so even if he wants to try and get through that gap, we have 2 safeties there to be able to fill up behind us and stop him at the line, maybe for a gain of a yard or 2. So just it's simple run defense. It's effective run defense. But as I've said, it's aggressive. Like, this is the most aggressive run defense you will come and face against in a game, period. This is as good as it gets and as consistent as it gets. This carried over from Madden 20, carrying over into Madden 21. So if you guys are facing a heavy dose of running, go ahead, go into 3-3-5 wide, run some man defense. Don't run the cover 0. Run some cover 1 or cover 2. And drop your safeties into spies to be able to play the run a little bit more effective. Again, this defense, it doesn't rely so much on your users shooting the gaps, like Big Nickel, for example. We'll be talking about that later on, or probably tomorrow, of how you can shoot the gap out of a stretch. It relies more so on your user plugging up holes and making sure the safeties come down and are able to play the run. So that's going to take care of this video. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm maybe backing off how fast we're posting videos. So instead of like Monday through Saturday, I may start doing them every other day or something like that. I don't know. That's kind of to be determined. There's just a lot going on right now, and I just don't have enough time to be able to do a video every single day and then get the other stuff I need to get done as well. So anyways, changes may happen. They may not. I don't know. We'll see about it. Appreciate every single one of you guys. This has been Team Meister. See ya.